Welcome everyone to the Abyss, a place filled entirely with random conversation. In today's episode, Scheme and Jay enter the mysterious world of dreams, discussing the science and fantasies found within that realm of possibility. We may hear the most amazing or absurd experiences within that immaterial world, or maybe discover the horrors of their nightmares. So sit back, relax, and join us on this journey into the abyss.
What's up, guys? Welcome to The Abyss, where we talk about a bunch of random but fun topics. Today, we're talking about the captivating world of dreams. So, what do you think about the science behind dreams?
I don't know. They're weird. A lot of people
Yeah,
don't know how they work at first, and then I feel like this is one of those topics where people find it fun to sometimes talk about dreams, but really don't check to find out how they actually work.
yeah. Yeah, with dreams, I feel like it's kind of like watching TV while you're asleep, but at the same time, it could be, I really don't know how to explain it. It could just be really weird sometimes, you know?
I mean, that's what this episode's about.
Yeah. Yeah, so before we started recording, you were talking about deja vu with dreams. So, do you want to talk about that a
Oh,
little bit?
sure, sure. Um, I mean, yeah, you know what? I mean, for those of you listening, you know what it's like to have a deja vu. It's pretty much, you know, it's kind. I feel like it kind of has a little bit reference to our Mandela effect episode a while ago, where
Yeah,
we, as if, let's say, I mean, I looked up the definition. It says the illusion of having already experienced something actually being experienced for the first time. So, like, if I've never, let's say, like, I've never um, recorded a podcast episode before, and it's my first time, I would think, hey, I've done this before already. That's what a deja vu is.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
everything's very familiar, even though it's you've never seen it before.
yeah. That happens to me sometimes. Like, uh, a few weeks ago, I went to the movies with one of my friends, and we were watching it, and I just started to look around, and I was like, I feel like I've been here before, and I started to think about it a little bit, and I realized I had a dream similar to what happened, you know? So things like that when it comes to the deja vu perspective of dreams, uh yeah, it kind of messes with you a little bit.
It does. I mean, it's I find it interesting that I think deja vu could also be something that we get from dreams.
Yeah.
You ever have a dream where you you see a place in your dream, and then let's say a week later you go to a place that looks just like it, and you never
Yeah.
been there before, and you think, oh, I've already been here before, but where have I when have I been here before? It's weird.
Yeah. Yeah. And when when it comes to dreams like that where you just see a bunch of stuff in the moment when you wake up, you don't think much of it because obviously it was just a dream. But then say a week or two later when you're actually there, that starts to trip you up a little bit, you know? And I definitely think that, yeah, uh, it's been kind of weird occasionally when stuff like that has happened to me,
Yeah, straight up.
but it doesn't happen too often. Yeah.
Another thing with deja vu and dreams, it doesn't have to be a place you've never been to before, or things you've never done before. You could have already done it. Like
Yeah.
if I had a dream where I went to Six Flags, and then let's say I've already been to Six Flags by the time I've had that dream. I go to Six Flags, let's say whenever it is. I go to Six Flags and I feel like I feel like I've been here recently. That's probably because you subconsciously remember that you had a dream of going to Six Flags, but you forgot you had a dream going to Six Flags.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I kind of wish that we could remember dreams, or at least remember the full thing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like they say that we don't, it's very common to forget what your dreams are or like what
Yeah.
happened. And then there are times where a dream can be so absurd that you can remember it for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. I searched why we don't remember dreams, and what came up on Healthline was dreams tend to occur during the rapid eye movement cycle of sleep. A 2019 study noted that our ability to make memories is impaired uh during the REM sleep. So that I guess that explains it, but at the same time I'm like I feel like I should be able to remember it just a little bit more, you know? Or at least acknowledge certain things that happened in the dream, you
What
know?
surprises me the most about what you just read is the fact that the eyes move rapidly during dreams.
Yeah.
I want to know
Yeah,
how
that
fast.
Hey, honestly, wait, let me see if I can search that too. So how fast do your eyes move during? All right, cool.
Because
All right, so it says it moves. All right, moves at a speed reaching 900 degrees per second.
are we thinking of degrees as in rotational degrees?
Let's see. Let's see.
Because like the whole
It's not
300,
explaining
like
further.
360 degrees would be a full
Yeah, yeah,
rotation. If we're talking
yeah,
if we're talking 900 degrees per second, you said
yeah,
that's
yeah,
fast.
yeah. I'm on coopervision.com right now. I'm
Okay.
all right. Yeah, because it says while the muscles of the body are paralyzed during sleep, the eyes continue to move. So, which kind of goes back to the point before when I searched why I can't remember dreams or why we can't remember dreams. So yeah, that that's kind of fast.
That is fast. Like that's a bit scary fast, knowing how you're just laying there in bed sleeping,
Yeah,
and then your eyes just say, "Hey, let's start shaking and moving really fast for no reason." And so they just go haywire and crazy in your face, and you don't know.
yeah, yeah. It says some studies reveal that our eyes are following images in our dreams. So that makes sense. But if you're having a normal dream where you're just let's say you're just like driving or something like that, there's not much to look at. So that's still kind of fast.
That is, yeah.
Uh,
Well, then again, technically, dreams don't last that long.
yeah,
They say that dreams only can last around like a few minutes. And it's so weird
yeah,
how a few minutes can span the whole night.
yeah. And it really doesn't feel like it's only a few minutes though. And that's something I've realized is the harder I think about it, and what I would say probably about a week ago, there was a dream I had where I was just hanging out with some friends.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a movie, if I'm being honest, because it had all this action and stuff. And kind of going back to your point really, really quick about how you might not have been to a place before that you've seen in your dream.
Yeah.
That's what happened. Except part of my brain acknowledged it as like a place that I've already been to, you know? But yeah, when I start to try to think back on that dream, I realize at least certain parts of it didn't last that long, you know?
Hmm.
Like it wasn't a full it didn't seem like a full like few hours or whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, like maybe I think it felt probably maybe like 30 minutes total. Uh, and then I woke up, you know? And it was like 6, 7 hours later.
Okay. I was thinking of that one scene from Inside Out, how dreams in the brain is treated like a movie studio
Yeah,
and props are turned into actual real life things to fit in the dream. I'm telling you, Pixar had a
yeah,
field day just speculating what the inner workings of your brain would look like in a movie for kids, and they turned
yeah,
dreams into a movie studio. It's kind of cool. I've only seen this movie like twice.
yeah. I saw it once for a class in high school, but yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Hey, so I want to ask you, so do you remember much of your dreams at all?
Um, some, not. I mean, I don't remember too many. It's one
That
of those
seems
things
like a
that
normal
it
thing.
happens so fast you don't have like you. They say you forget your dream within the first 15 minutes of waking up.
Yeah. Hey, I do my best to try to remember.
Yeah.
Hey, hey, Dreamy be living the life though. That's something I realized. It's like in my dreams, I be living like the greatest life ever.
Yeah, it's like
They
you
don't
and your
gotta
GTA
work or nothing.
gameplay being a freaking billionaire, owning 27
Yeah,
helicopters and 58 cars,
yeah.
and like a whole
Hey,
fleet of
hey, you
yachts.
just gotta live through it, you know? Hey, forget living normal life. Just live in VR, you know?
Gosh.
Hey,
There are
live in
so
your
many dreams
dream.
that like put me in like the heat of the moment every single time. There's
Yeah,
nothing like
yeah,
okay, I had a
yeah,
okay, you want me to tell you about a dream I had a couple nights ago?
yeah.
So this was long story short, I it was a dream where I got caked by Steve Aoki.
Wait, you got kicked by him?
Caked. So
Oh, okay. All right, all right,
you know
all
about the
right.
thing that he does at his some of his concerts where he has a whole cake and someone I've seen this twice on Instagram where this person on someone else's shoulders has a sign that says Steve
Yeah,
cake me and Steve straight up gets the big cake and we're talking like the big rectangular cakes that you'd have at a birthday party, right? He grabs that whole
yeah,
thing on the tray and he chucks it at this person and lands it every single time. I had a dream that happened to me. And I've never been to a Steve Aoki concert. I don't really go to concerts, but the fact that I had a dream based off of an Instagram that I saw and it only lasted like 10 seconds is wild.
yeah. Hey, doesn't Stevie Aoki live in Vegas?
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
All right. Hey, maybe it'll happen one day, you know?
If I end up going to a Steve Aoki concert and he ends up caking me, I will be like, my dream was a freaking prophecy.
Hey, that would just be a great day, you know? A free cake
Free
and a
cake.
Stevie Aoki concert. Yeah,
That's wild.
yeah,
The fact that
honestly,
like it would be that kind of stuff that would happen. And it's either dreams can be very complex or just straight up straightforward to the point. Like it was so straightforward. I woke up kind of shocked because I'm like, wait, I just got caked.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I would want to wake up from that. That would just seem like a dope dream, you know? Yeah, especially if you're at a concert.
Yeah. Like I just found the video that I saw of Steve Aoki throwing a cake at someone who had a sign that says, and I quote, "Cake me, Steve," or "Steve, cake me."
Eh,
So
I might have to go to a Steve Aoki concert
Steve is like,
now with the
he had
sign.
accuracy too. Like the cake, he landed a headshot on this girl,
Yeah,
and it wasn't. I mean, she wasn't too far, like straight up. And this cake is big too.
honestly,
This went from
I
dreams to
feel
just
like
Steve
that.
Aoki throwing cake at people. That's okay.
Yeah. Hey, that's how the Trench podcast works, you know? That's what we do
I
here.
found another video and he lands a headshot on this guy. I'm gonna find out. This video says 80-foot cake throw hits fan in wheelchair. These people
Oh.
are picking him up too.
Oh.
Like this person's in a wheelchair and this group of people grabbed his wheelchair and lifted it up as if he was being crowd surfed. I'm waiting for the
Hey,
throw.
that seems like a cool experience though if the person wanted to be
This is
lifted
on
like
his channel.
that, you
This is
know?
on Steve Aoki's channel too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find this. I know it's so weird. Like it's so straightforward. It's getting caked by Steve Aoki.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I've had any dreams like that where like I've had dreams where I've met celebrities or whatever,
Like my dream ended
but
when the
it,
cake made contact. That's all I'm gonna say. You could just
man,
see
you didn't
Steve
even get to see.
throwing the cake, and it just came like a rocket.
Hey,
I
do you know
remember it
what kind
because
of cake it was though?
no, I don't remember what kind of cake it was. Like the dreams I have just put me in the heat of the moment. And this dream
Yeah.
didn't last long. I was just I was in the freaking mosh pit, and then out of nowhere comes the cake.
Yeah. Hey, for me, when it comes
Oh, here it
to
is.
my dreams, wait, sit back, sit
Oh gosh. Yep. He landed that headshot too.
back.
Okay, that's cool.
Man.
Yeah, that was one of my dreams.
Hey. So, for my dreams, like the last one I can remember was probably from about a week ago or something like that. And me and one of my friends, I don't know why she was there. I really don't. But we were just riding around, and then I went to work. But I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to me working in my dreams, it's never my actual job. It's never been
It's
my
a different job.
yeah, yeah, and I just did not rock with it at all. Yeah, so then I left. We just started riding around. She told me to quit, so I was like, you know what? Yeah, I don't like this job. So I quit, and then I wake up and I'm like, why? Why did I dream that? That was a waste of my few hours to sleep just for me to be in a dream just to quit.
Straight up.
You know?
Hey, you quitting so you can go get another job that pays you more, so you can end up buying yourself a crib.
Yeah. Hey, buy myself a Lamborghini Urus. Hey, forget a crib. That's all I need.
Right. It's another thing I wanted to bring up about funny thing about dreams is that people in your dreams don't necessarily have to be people that you've met. You just have to be able to see their faces in real life, and for some reason they pop in your
Yeah,
dreams. You got no clue who this like see this random dude walking down the street and you make eye contact with this guy, and then that very night you see him in your dreams and you don't know why this dude was in your dreams because you forgot that you actually saw him in real life at one point.
yeah, yeah. Like the fact that we can remember stuff like that and not even know it is actually kind of crazy to me, especially because in dreams you do see people. At least for me, I see people that I don't recognize pretty often, but in my dream I recognize them as somebody. Like what in the dream I was talking about, my boss in the dream was somebody that I had never met.
Right.
So so yeah, I think it's crazy that our brains can do that. You know?
Okay, so on the topic of just like dreams and us doing all that, have you ever had a sequel to your dream?
Yes.
That's most of my dreams. For some reason, I dream. So, like, my brain just puts the dream I had one night on pause, and then a few nights later, it does like, oh yeah, remember that dream you had a few nights ago? We start right where we left off, pal.
Man.
And it's funny
Hey,
because you
hey.
because you start dreaming and you know, oh, we've been here before, but you
Yeah.
forget what happened in the last episode per se.
Yeah. Hey, sometimes when it comes to dreams, I wish that some of the stuff could actually happen, you know? Because dreams dreams are just dope sometimes. Like they're just really nice, you know?
Right.
Yeah,
Had
so
this dream one night that I moved to Istanbul,
yeah. Hey, how was it?
and it's like it was always sunset, so think like the sun before it goes down behind the mountains in sunset, but it's not bright, it's that orangey sunset. Like it was like that the whole
Yeah,
time. It's funny because I'm going to Turkey next summer, so
man. Hey, honestly, dreams where you go out of the country or just go on some kind of vacation are the best, in my opinion. Because when it comes to those, especially since you don't get to go on vacation a lot normally,
right.
just being able to think about it and dream about it, especially the ones that feel super real, yeah, those are the best. All right, so I I wanted to ask you, how well have dreams ever enhanced your creative process?
Yeah, there's a thing where they say you have a cool dream, write it down when
Yeah,
you wake up. Like you wake up in the middle of the night after having this weird, crazy dream, and you write it down, and who knows, that might end up causing something to enhance your
yeah,
ability for whatever you're doing.
yeah. That's actually how I come up with some of my ideas. So for different scripts that I'm looking at writing and just different things like that, I've had dreams where that's happened. So I'll write it down and then try to build off of it later, you know?
Right.
Yeah. I like doing stuff like that because I feel like since that completely came out of your mind, it'll be easier for you to write things like that and just do things with that idea. So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so besides that, with the creative process and dreams, I think that dreams could also just how you live throughout your dreams could kind of serve as like warnings in my opinion. And that's something that I've thought about too
Yeah.
is the fact that like if you let's say in your dream you commit a crime or something like that that you might not think is nearly as bad as something else, but then in your dream you actually say like go to jail or whatever. I feel
Uh-huh.
like that could also like that alone could stop you from doing something in real life, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
Got
Yeah,
that
so
got the thing where dreams kind of imply, oh, probably shouldn't do this.
yeah. Yeah, so I definitely think dreams could serve as a good reminder to not do certain things, or if there's something that you're planning on doing, knowing the dangers of it or what effect it can have on you, you know? Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, so wait, were you about to say something?
I remember one time had a dream and I actually wrote that down in my notes, and that's actually inspiring a short film I want to make at
Yeah,
some point in my career. I
yeah.
think it
I would
was here, let me find it. Had to do with, let's see. Where is it? Short
hey, don't give up
films.
the whole plot or
No,
anything.
no, no.
Don't want
Just
anybody to steal that, you know.
it would be it'd be something about like holiday figures.
Yeah,
So like think Santa Claus, Tooth Fairy,
yeah,
Leprechaun, Cupid, something relating to those projects. I know something like that has already been made. DreamWorks already made a like that Guardians movie.
yeah.
So it kind, but my dream totally had something not what Guardians is. Have you
Hey,
ever watched Umbrella Academy?
yeah, of course.
I've if I the best way I can explain it, it kind of has that layout of Umbrella Academy, but it's
All right.
folklore holiday figures at the helm. I don't- I think, but that's something I'd want to like write in the future. But had a dream about that, wrote that down, working on it.
Honestly, that seems like it could be a pretty good film or miniseries or whatever you
Yeah,
want to do with
I'd
it.
probably
Yeah.
probably make a short film about it.
Yeah.
I don't think it needs to be anything huge.
Yeah. Yeah. It it feels like sometimes dreams really are your best ideas just put into one place.
Yeah.
So earlier before we recorded, you were talking about the dream machine in Japan.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah, you
That's
want to talk a little
weird
bit about that?
how. Let me look this up because I don't know too much. I'm just gonna do Japan recording dreams. I guess BBC is fine. Talk about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, they use MRI scans that reveal images that people were seeing as they entered into an early stage of sleep. So let's see. Okay, so yeah, images of like early stages of sleeping. So I'm guessing they are using it to have
Yeah.
brainwaves, read the brainwaves, and use that to decipher what an image would look like.
Yeah.
Side note, have you ever seen those AI art animations where it just keeps making the same picture and then it's always slowly morphing into something else?
Yeah.
Why do
Yeah,
dreams
I've
feel
seen
like
those.
that at sometimes?
For me, I think that it's because how fast we're thinking in the moment, like consistently trying to create a story. Like I think that's what it is our brains trying to create a story for us to think about, and it's just continuously going faster and faster.
This article that I'm looking at, holy crap, this was in 2013?
Really?
Yeah, that's what the article said. Like, this is when the article was made.
Was it ever updated?
No?
Yo. Hey, I
So,
actually wanted
so, so
to
does that
mention
imply that
something.
this has been going on for, like, almost a decade?
Yes.
Why did we... I had only found out about this, like, last year.
I think that's probably when they first started. Yeah.
I'm gonna look at... Hold on. Because, like, the article says, like, in that stage back in, like, 2013, they were able to predict and guess what a person saw in their dreams with, like, 60% accuracy.
Yeah.
Okay, so this article is it was this year in June, so it's recent. Opens up present possibilities. Just get to the meat and potatoes. Stop building up. Dreaming, exploring device, progress. Decoding dreams. Important to know that technology is still in early stages. What the heck? It says it's in early stages, but then I see an article back in 2013, 10 years ago, saying, "Oh, they
They
made
just
something."
lying, bro. They're just lying at this point. You know.
No, but I wouldn't be
That's just a
surprised
lie.
if there is truly a method. I don't deny it because technology is vastly evolving every year. So
Yeah.
the possibility of a technology reading brainwaves and deciphering brainwaves of your thoughts to predict or to guess what you see in your dreams, because technically dreams is your brain messing with you for during the night.
Yeah.
Like, if you ever had hallucinations,
Yeah.
hallucinations are pretty much dreams, but your eyes are open and you're conscient.
Yeah. Isn't that really what lucid dreaming? No, not lucid dreaming. I don't think.
I think it's, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Imagine how cool would that be if there's we like make a movie off of a guy with this technology, and we actually
Yeah.
they go into the dream world or something. I mean, technically, if you think about it, Shark Boy and Lava Girl already did that.
Yeah. Hey,
So,
Shark Boy and Lava Girl is a top tier movie though.
no, it is,
So
yeah, totally. But I'm just saying, technically, Shark Boy and Lava Girl already did that. But if you get a movie where they actually get into the science of it, then it's interesting.
there was one show that I watched. It's called Upload. I don't know if you
I don't
know
what
much
that
about
is.
it. Yeah. So pretty much the whole premise of it is that a guy who he's about to die or whatever, or yeah, like a guy who's about to die, they have a way to upload people's conscience into a game like place. So not necessarily virtual reality, but some kind of software.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what they start to do is they created an afterlife. But there was an episode where they talked a little bit about dreams and all that, and they were able to look at all of their dreams and see what was going on, and they were able to record people's dreams and uh, do things like that. And they started selling people's dreams to different companies, and that's something when you mention the stuff that Japan is doing with their dream machine or whatever it's called, that's the first thing I thought about is like if
Right.
they could actually record it somehow, like unless that's not what they mean by record, uh, then yeah, that'd be kind of
You
crazy, you
think that
know?
would be cool or freaky to like you wake up and they say, "Hey, let's watch your dream on a TV." You watch your dream and you know what you saw, but at the same time, you watch what the recorded dream was and it's not what you dreamed,
Yeah,
but it's something you totally thought it was totally different. I think it'd be
yeah,
pretty cool if I can remember what dream I had. And I'm like, because if someone had like some really weird dream that like, no, we do not want to watch this, then I'm
yeah.
like, yeah,
Hey,
we don't.
hey, something I also thought about with that is like, yo, people would start uploading those to YouTube and start making full channels off of stuff like that.
I don't see
Like
why they
that,
shouldn't.
that's something that I thought about. Yeah, like
Like,
that would actually be kind of
if
cool
you think
if it's
about
a
it,
really dope dream.
your dreams are technically original.
Yeah,
Now, another thing I want to bring up is that I'm surely convinced that everyone's had a dream where they're put in a franchise that they love and it turns into their own headcanon AU.
yeah,
I had this one dream
yeah,
where I was in a freaking um uh Gondor from Lord of the Rings. Straight up.
yeah,
Like that battle in Return of the King where all the orc armies of Mordor surrounds Minas Tirith and Rohan comes in at the last minute to save everyone. So I was in it was a dream where I'm in there and fighting orcs and all of a sudden it's like I'm doing all this other stuff that should not have happened in the movie and it changed so much in that dream that I'm like I woke up confused because I'm like, wait, did I just dream Lord of the Rings? But at the same time, I totally screwed up the story.
hey, you made it better, bro.
All I remember is what that's like. I just did stuff in that dream, and I just happened to be in Lord of the Rings. I think I
Yeah,
watched the movie last night before that dream. I didn't dream it recently. This was dream like a little while ago. But it was that absurd
yeah.
because of what I did. I think it's also
Yeah,
cool that
honestly,
yeah, what?
yeah. When it comes to dreams and uh like putting yourself into a show or whatever, that's occasionally happened to me, but uh what's happened more for me is that I've been put into places with the people or the characters from shows. So not even like an episode of a show or a part of a movie or anything like that. I'll just be in a place with those characters. And actually that's something that's always cool too, is in your dream hanging out with your favorite characters from shows. Like there was one time where I was dreaming that I hung out with the cast of Jesse, and hey, it was honestly great. It was yeah, because what we did is
Rest in peace, Cameron Boyce.
we weren't in their yeah, RIP. Yeah. Yeah, we weren't in their penthouse, we weren't in my house or anything, but we were in a house. And that's
Okay.
something that yeah, we that kind of tripped me up too because like, hey, there were LEDs around, you know? It was a pretty dope thing. We just hung out,
What it looked like that
played games,
typical
watched a movie.
gamer bedroom that you see on TikTok now.
Yeah, some similar to
Gosh. Okay.
that. Yeah. Hey, but this was before that. So really what I think happened is that all the TikTokers stole my idea and
Straight
stole my
up.
setup. Yeah, so that's me announcing that I will be suing every TikToker that has that. Nah,
Just imagine you just go around suing everyone because they stole your idea because you dreamed of it first.
yeah. Hey, that happens sometimes, you know?
It's like
Like I
I'm suing you for $1 billion because you stole my idea. They're like, show us the original work. I mean, I can't. Why not? Because I dreamed of it.
yeah, hey, if we're going like that, then this man Mark Zuckerberg needs to run me my money for the Quest because I had that idea in a dream before the Quest ever was ever announced, you know? Hey,
Right,
what's
right.
crazy is that actually happened. Like I was like I dreamed about a VR headset, and it was fairly similar to I would say the design of the Quest 3 that's coming out. So it had the cameras and all that on it,
Okay.
like the bigger cameras on the front. Yeah. Hey, like I said, some of my best ideas come out of dreams.
While some great ideas come out of dreams, sometimes they don't make the best ideas because they're nightmares.
Yeah.
Actually, do you want to move
Yeah.
into the next segment? Because one of the segments was about nightmares, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
What? Okay, we
Yeah.
got dreams because all the dreams that we talked about either were too good to be true or just absolutely absurd. And
For me,
if it's really absurd, I don't know if it's like deemed as a nightmare because like aren't nightmares supposed to scare you in your sleep?
yeah, a little bit.
I think so.
Yeah, but I also feel like certain nightmares are, like I said earlier, I feel like certain things could just be taken as like warnings for
Yeah.
things that you haven't done or things that you've thought about doing, you know?
I'm gonna say this right now. Any dream that I have where I end up falling is automatically a nightmare.
Bro, you're gonna wake up. You start falling and
And
you
then and it's
you
like
get
it
the
feels like you
feeling in real
land in your
life.
bed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just wait, just imagine like you said, just you're dreaming and you're falling, you wake up, oh shoot, you're actually falling. How did this happen?
Yeah. Hey, I saw this one guy that had this theory that we spiritually teleport to a different place while we're dreaming,
Oh
and that's why
gosh.
certain things feel so real. Hey, and that's how he explained the whole falling thing is that we actually are falling, but then we fall back into our body.
I don't get that whole trend. Like I know about the whole
Yeah,
movement where it says when you dream, you go to your body in a different universe. I thought that's just
yeah.
weird.
I feel like
So
that's
you're telling
false.
me, so you're telling me in my dream that I was getting caked by Steve Aoki. That actually happened, according to this.
Hey, that would be kind of dope.
So
I'm
you're
not gonna
telling me
lie
a
to you.
version of me got caked by Steve Aoki at some point in a different timeline.
Hey, hold up. What's even crazier? You're telling me that a version of me is out there with $1 billion right now, not sharing it.
This is
Hey,
like some random
that
Vsauce episode that could just happen out of nowhere. Says, "Hey,
yeah,
if you dream, you could be in a different dimension." That's such. I feel like that's such a Vsauce thing to say.
yeah. Hey, but if Vsauce said it, he'd prove it, bro. This man would sit there and be like, actually, the way that this happened, and then you just be sitting there by the end of the video, like, all right, I guess we're teleporting, you know?
He'd wake up and then the first thing he'd say is, "Hey, Vsauce, Michael here." When you dream,
Uh,
you automatically see yourself doing a bunch of things that you wouldn't expect to do at first. But what if I told you that that could be a possibility of you projecting yourself to a different version of you in a different reality? Like he started
I
off with
believe him.
something like that.
Vsauce. Yeah, I would simply believe this man
We'd
because
only
it's
need to
Vsauce.
we'd only need to wait like another 5 years before he does something like that.
Yeah. Hey, off topic really quick. A bunch of Vsauce reels have been popping up in my feed lately,
Yeah.
and I like that, because I haven't really watched this man in a while. Yeah, yeah. So it's actually
So
kind of crazy that you brought that up, though.
if we have a nightmare, I had this nightmare where I fell off the Eiffel Tower. So you're telling me a version of me went to the top of the Eiffel Tower only to jump off? What
Yes.
if that's the case? What was going through my head? Suicidal
Hey,
version
hey,
of me
is
in like
that
Earth
nah,
1725,563,424 timeline.
nah? That version of you knew that you were gonna wake up here. Said, "All right, I'll do it."
Gosh, it's funny because I've actually been up. I like, if you, by the way, listener, if you have not listened to the culture shock episode, I think it was episode 2. We
Something
talk
like
about
that.
travel, and yeah, I brought up I've been to France, so it's very. And when I say I jumped off the Eiffel Tower, like Eiffel Tower is huge. It's big.
Yeah,
I mean, we're not talking like Burj Khalifa size, but for a building like the Eiffel Tower being the tallest building in pretty much the entire country of France, I can't really say that with confidence because I've only been to Paris. Could be taller buildings somewhere else, but it's a tall
yeah,
building.
yeah. Would that even count as a building?
I don't know if you build it, people can go in it. I guess it's a
Yeah,
building. It's called the Eiffel Tower. A tower is a building.
yeah. But it's hollow.
You still they have places you can go in there.
Really?
Yeah,
Hey, I've
I've
never
been
been
in
there.
it.
Not gonna lie. Hey, I've never been there,
I went
so
to the
don't really
full
know
top.
much about that.
I went to the top. It's like a full elevator system in there that takes you to the tip. And there's like this
Ah,
waiting area
nice.
in like that trapezoid area of the middle section of the Eiffel Tower. There's like a waiting room. So you can go in
Hey,
the Eiffel Tower.
you know, I've only been to the Eiffel Tower in Vegas.
I will confirm this. There isn't a restaurant in there, so there is not a restaurant in the Eiffel Tower in France. So Vegas thought it'd be fun to just go a bit extra.
Yeah.
But I'll say this:
Hey,
nightmares. You know what I think is worse than nightmares, though?
what?
Sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
Because in nightmares, you're not really aware of what's going on until it's too
Yeah.
late, and then that's already when you wake up.
Yeah.
In sleep paralysis, you're fully aware of what's going on around you. The freaking like your sleep paralysis monster that like crawls up to you with like beady red eyes and all that stuff, and you're fully aware that it's there, but you can't open your eyes and you can't move, but you're just aware of what's going on around you. That's worse than a nightmare, in my opinion.
Yeah. Honestly, it makes sense why it would be worse though, because you're fully aware and
Yeah.
like you're looking around your actual room,
Like I've only
you know?
had like the times I had sleep paralysis really only has happened when I was just insanely sick. Like I think I got this very terrible like such a terrible flu, and I had an episode in bed of sleep paralysis, and it was so bad.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah. That
okay,
I feel
I
like
have a
that's what
question.
happens to a lot of people though, you know.
Going to another topic. Well, I mean, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
actually finishing off this topic, like it nightmares, I'm just reading an article about just nightmares. Apparently there's a disorder of nightmares.
How?
I don't know. Like
I I feel like that's kind of messed up. Uh, if every time you go to sleep, it's just a nightmare.
this article pretty much tells you how to not have nightmares. I might want to read this though.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, nightmares, I mean, from what I've seen, are mainly caused about like problems in real life, or if like you have a traumatizing experience, or you're just like, let's say, um, let me find the list. Like stress and anxiety is big, and like mental health issues that
Yeah.
could cause nightmares because of the
Yeah.
problems you have in real life. Because dreams are affected by your real life experiences. So if you're experiencing stress, anxiety, mental health problems, also you can have nightmares. Just also like dreams and nightmares are just triggered by like if you take a certain drug,
Yeah.
whether that's for medical or like straight
Yeah.
up those other bad drugs people take. Like dreams can happen from there. I remember one time where um it was recently I was actually hired for by a independent studio to animate a drug trip. And we're
Yeah.
talking this dude gets high on mushrooms and he dozes off and all of a sudden he's like in this drug trip crazy like bright we're talking bright colors. We're thinking like Beavis and Butthead style of artwork. And honestly, I had no idea what I made it and I had no context of what was going on in the previous scenes. So like I don't know.
Yeah. Hey. So did that film come out yet?
It should be done. I don't know why if it's done, I don't know why it's not out, but
Right. Yeah.
context, look up Oak Park Productions. It's California Dreamin'. Oak Park Productions, California Dreamin'. I think it will say the release date, but yeah, look that up. You'll see the trailer.
Yeah.
Um yeah, I'm
Yeah.
totally not advertising stuff on this podcast.
Hey, we don't do free advertisements. We have to cut this out. Cut this whole section out. You know.
I'm editing this,
So
dude, so I can keep it in if I want to.
nah, nah. I'm gonna come back and just delete it. Be like, nah, we cutting this out.
Uh,
Hey, use the YouTube editor.
right. Um, but yeah. Well, what else was like? Okay, I forgot what I was gonna bring up next. Shoot. Um, we're talking
Yeah.
about dreams, nightmares. What was I gonna talk about? I drew a blank. I forgot the next topic. What's the next topic?
I have no idea. But one thing, yeah, but one thing we could talk about is the fact that like just going back to how we like all the different types of dreams. Uh, so you said that you've had recurring dreams and all that.
Yeah, like having
Uh,
a sequel to a dream you had
yeah.
before.
Have you ever had a part three to a dream?
Yes.
Hey,
You ever had
those are the best.
those dreams that are like so absurd that they just keep on going? And like I said, if you've had a sequel or a threequel or forquel or whatever just keep dreaming in the same dream universe per se. Either one, that dream is that absurd that your brain just can't let go of it, or two, that version of you is living the craziest life ever.
Yeah. It could be both, you know?
I'm not convinced on that whole alternate universe dream thing. I think that's a long
Yeah.
stretch. I just remembered I remember the other topic. So you got
Yeah.
dreams, right? A nice moving in. I remember you got doing a random dream, right? You're just doing the thing in the dream. You're dreaming, right?
Yeah.
And then you wake up and you're standing up out of your bed. I'm getting to the point where the fact that you end up sleepwalking with some of these things.
So for me, honestly, I've experienced a lot of different things when it comes to dreams and all that, you know. And I can't really remember many like that, you know.
All right.
So
I'm looking up sleepwalking.
yeah, like yeah, like when it comes to sleepwalking specifically, I don't think I've ever had a dream that triggered something like that. Well, I don't even know if it needs to be a dream that triggers it. Maybe it's just something that people do.
I remember one time that I was I slept I've slept walked before, but that was like when I was younger. I only remember doing it twice in my life.
Yeah.
And usually when you sleepwalk, you're dreaming as you sleepwalk. From what I from my
Yeah.
experience, because I one time I was younger. I think like 12 years old, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, I was younger, and I was having a dream where I was pretty much like, and this I remember this dream a while ago just because of the fact that I slept walked during this dream. I was it was literally COD zombies. And like, oh Jay,
How?
you're having a dream of COD zombies, but you're 12. You shouldn't be playing those games. Well, I didn't play those games. It's more of like
I
seeing
played
people
those
playing those
games.
games at someone else's house. So I
Yeah.
so it's funny. This was in middle of the night, and I'm walking around, and from my perspective, I'm thinking I'm protecting the house I'm living in from freaking COD zombies, right? And then
Yeah.
I wake up to my mom kind of just like my mom woke me up, and I was in my bed, you know, and she started asking me questions like, "Hey, what day is it?" all that stuff. So just so that she knows that I'm not tripping or going insane. Because if you're sleepwalking, I'm pretty sure you can't really tell if someone's awake or not. Like, 'cause you can have your eyes open when you're sleepwalking, and I think that's one of the creepier things with this is that you can look awake, but you're asleep,
Yeah.
and you don't realize the fact that if you're sleepwalking, you don't realize that you're awake, and it's you forget about the whole thing. So I remember, yeah, she wakes me up. She found like we figured out, oh, I'm not tripping. I just was sleepwalking. But I do remember for somehow, you know, when you stand up, you feel that pressure on the bottom of your feet. I remember feeling on in this dream like I was walking. So I think I could barely tell that I was walking in this dream,
Yeah.
but I like forgot a lot of it. All I remember is that I slept walked because I could feel it. That's weird.
Yeah. I definitely feel like when it comes to sleepwalking and all that, that's something that people got to figure out because or like talk to some kind of professional about because if they consistently do it, and obviously that's dangerous, you know. But
Yeah.
then just getting down to like why they do it, that's something I'm interested in too. Is like what makes most people sleepwalk, or just some people, you know.
You're bringing
Yeah,
that up, and I
especially
was actually scrolling through the article, and it says it brought up some causes. So sleep deprivation.
hey, lease them out.
So sleep
All
deprivation,
right.
stress, fever. So if you're really sick, you could do this. Sleep schedule
Right.
disruptions, travel or sleep interruptions. So like the likelihood you could sleepwalk if you are dealing with jet lag. That makes
Yeah.
that I mean that could make sense because your body's used to being awake at a certain time. So like if I
Hey.
fly
I'm,
over to London right now,
yeah.
they would be at night. I should be sleepy because it's nighttime over there, but I could sleepwalk because my body's used to being awake at this hour because over in the USA it's the afternoon.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Um,
feel like
sometimes
jet lag makes a
sleepwalking.
lot more sense.
Yeah, I would get jet lag. Like jet lag hits like a truck when you travel overseas, but it only lasts for
Yeah.
like 1 or 2 days. Once you've
Yeah.
dealt with that, I mean you're good. Um okay, sometimes sleepwalking can be triggered by underlying conditions that interfere with sleep, so like disordered breathing, medications and hypnotics or sedatives can also cause it. Alcohol can cause it. Um, restless leg syndrome. And by the way, those who are listening, we're looking at a bunch of random articles during this episode. So you might not see, so if you don't see them, we'll just read out what we're reading. Risks. There's risks to sleepwalking. It risks in genetics and age. Okay, that makes sense because it sleepwalking often occurs in children more than adults.
Yeah.
I've not met one single person who has sleptwalk during their adult years. And like I said,
Yeah.
I like the time I remembered when I was sleepwalking, it was when I was around I think 12. So I was young.
Hey, you really said COD zombies.
It felt like I was playing freaking COD Zombies, running around the house, purchasing the next section, it all boarded off.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
what it felt like. Um, but yeah, it's not just walking. I mean, you can do all the talking. Imagine how insane that would be. I wonder how that whole community that thinks that when you dream, you go to someone like a different version of you in a different universe. What would it look like if you're sleepwalking? Does that mean a different version of you from a different universe took over your body,
Yep.
according to that?
Maybe what that would mean is that part of you just couldn't stay. Hey, maybe the other version of you is supposed to be sleep and it's interfering.
Like, like explain this. Like they like that's why like I don't understand this whole thing because it's just weird.
Yeah. And that's also why I don't really like believe in all that, you know.
I don't either.
Yeah. All right. I think we've
We've been
talked long enough, you know.
we've had an hour. And there's so many other things we
Yeah.
could talk about with this, but I think we've run out of time for this episode.
Yeah. All right. Nice. So,
If
hey,
you
you want to
guys
do the
want
outro?
Okay, sure, I can do it. If you guys liked this episode, hit the like button. If you didn't like this episode, I mean,
Hit the like button.
yeah, just hit the like button anyways. Okay. Again, comment what kind of topic you'd be interested for us to talk about, because we're open to ideas. We haven't recorded in a while, so we could use some
Yeah.
ideas. But yeah, we're looking to recording more episodes in the future. We just took a little bit of a break. Subscribe to Scheme. Subscribe to Jay. Got some
Link in
content on our
bio.
own respective channels. Subscribe to The Trench for more episodes of random conversation.
Hey, I said link in bio. Do we even have it in our about section though?
I
Our
usually
channel?
put links to our channels in the description of the videos.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah. Then link in description.
They got me to type in a big description about the episode, synopsis, and then put all the different links in the bottom. Oh well, it's
Alright,
fine.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, that has been this episode of Dreams on the Abyss. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we hope to see you next time on the Abyss.
Peace.
Bye bye.
Thank you for tuning into this episode of The Abyss. If you enjoyed what you heard, do consider liking this video and subscribing to The Trench for more episodes of random conversation. Also, click the links below to go to Scheme and Jay's personal channels to see what the members of The Trench have to offer. We hope you enjoyed this journey into the abyss, and we hope to see you again soon.